Hey, welcome back. Another episode. Angus. This is going to be part two, kind of interior, working on stuff. Today, gauges. Gotta get the gauges in. And it occurred to me on part one, I never really kind of showed the inside finished, I guess. So let me do that now. So that's kind of where I ended up. Don't mind the PR15, I'll clean that up later. Floor mats, carpets all in, seats all in, seat belts are all in. That is all secured, fastened. Probably going to do another bracket on the back of that, but yeah, good enough right now. But today we're going to tackle this. So what I'm doing is I have all these gauges that I got from Autometer. I think Autometer. I don't remember. They're installed in the original cluster part, and then I got a tack, and I have a GPS speedometer thing that's got turn signals and all sorts of stuff, and it just plugs in and you get a GPS antenna, I guess, and saves me the headache from all that stuff, I guess. And then we got to plumb in the temp sensor sending unit into the engine, and we're gonna do it by this adapter Rooney here that I got, and then of course one of the compression bushing things from the kit. I did have a copper line for the, can you see that? Copper line for the oil pressure gauge, and it was leaking. So I went back and I got the nylon one hooked up right now. I'll probably eventually get another copper one and put it on there, but I don't know why these compression fittings were leaking. I've seen people that actually solder them on top of where that little thing is, and the union jigger, I don't know, but I couldn't get it to not leak, so I went back with nylon. Hopefully the nylon one works. Whatever. But where are we gonna start? I don't know. Let me think on it. So let's recap in the here. I went through and I snipped the connector off. Went through and I found the wires that I needed for setup. Need fuel sending. What is that one? High beams. Because that high beam thing. Turn signal. Grounds. So I went through and I got everything that I needed. The pink wires I don't need. So those are all labeled. I ran a 12 volt constant up here. You know, you just never know when you're gonna need that. But I'm gonna kind of probably loosely put it over here, so I got a radio to install at some point. And off of here we have tack wire, and then I have check engine light. Can you see that? Yeah. That one's green one's a tack, and that black one is gonna be my check engine light. So we gotta do some fabrication. Also, we gotta find a home for the OBD2 port, which maybe something. I don't know. It's hanging there for right now. We gotta get in here and do some work. All these other wires I'm just gonna, I think, eventually just zip tie off and put off to the side. Other thing we're gonna have to figure out is that GPS has an antenna. Where do we want to put the antenna? I don't want it anywhere really outside. I think it said you can use it on the dash as long as it's got like a clear signal to go up, just like any other GPS. I don't know. We got to figure out a place to mount that up. Pal, I got it on the cowl. It's not so bad. Maybe we'll just put it on the cowl on this and just call it a day, but I don't know. We'll see. Whew. Many hours later, got it all wired up and happy how it's in there. Show you the other side. Get it, I guess. So let's go ahead and slap her in and see what it looks like. What I got to do now is I got the junk line nylon one just run back in here. I'm just going to kink it off. I did order up another copper one. Problem in being is the one I had, I tried soldering and it wouldn't work. I don't know. It didn't work. So I threw it in the back of the truck. Anyways. Well then, there's all the chicken scratch I got cobbled up backside of this harness. Quick connect for a couple of things. Most of it is hardwired in, but as you can see, if I ever got to service it, I can just... So, get all this stuff out of the way. Let's see, I got it hooked up so the ignition kicks on and all my gauges light up and everything else. Oh yeah. Heard the tachometer go crazy. Yeah. There it is. Okay, so that'll get me by with what I got. And yeah, antenna is ran up there for right now. Got all the other stuff for check engine light, all that stuff there. That is an extra ignition wire for my radio. We'll call her good. So let's see if we fire this up, if we get gauges. What's steaming? Whoops. Forgot I didn't tighten that down all the way. Guess that just means I gotta install that the line majigger thingy now. Cool. Well, a couple days later, and the thingy majigger I was referring to again is heater core lines and the heater core and the heater box and the blower motor and whatnot, because she leaked coolant all over the place. Yeah. But before we dive into that, we're gonna put that temp sensor gauge. We're gonna install that because we already leaked out coolant, so we might as well leak out some more coolant. And I got my catch pan under there, and we'll just do that. So as I mentioned before, the LS has got the different metric style adapter fittings to go on the side of the cylinder head. Regular small block Chevys, which your normal stuff comes with, is standard, threaded, something like that. Anyways, two places you can install said temp sensor if you're running a mechanical one. One, driver's side, you got the port right there. Do you see it? It's got the wire hanging off of it. That is on the front of the cylinder head here on the driver's side. That one though, however, is hooked up to my computer, which is right here. And that tells the computer to say, hey, we're warm, kick the cooling fans on. So I don't want to monkey with that. Second place in the spot we're going to install my mechanical gauge one right here, passenger side rear. You get right inside here, you can see there is that little Allen key looking plug. If we come over here to the engine that was originally Angus, you can see here's the driver's side. That one's already removed because that one was what we used for our computer. And then if we go to this side, you can get a better view of that little plug. You just take a big giant Allen key wrench, and you put it in there and you reef it out. So we're going to go ahead and reef it out. Once we reef it out, we'll be able to put in this adapter Rooney like so, and then we'll be able to thread in our mechanical thing. Of course, it's going to stick out. And I mean, really, look at this truck at this point. Does it really matter at this point the way it looks? If it's sticking out that far, it's really gaudy? No. I mean, come on. Well, good thing I threw that together and tried to put it in there. Problem we have is I gotta get another one of these bushings because we got too much rod and it bottoms out before we get snugged in there. So I gotta get another bushing so it's like this, otherwise I can't thread it in, and then yeah. So I'm gonna go grab one of those and be back. There we go, it's all installed. Ended up went out and bought this bushing kit and just used a different one on there and it actually worked. So good there. Now we're going to move on to reinstalling the blower and then the heater core and then the heater core box and getting all that hooked up. Hopefully we can fire this thing up, that all works, and we got heat, and maybe take this thing for a rip. Alright, Angus is running, getting some heat in it. We're not leaking there, hoses aren't leaking. Got that all put back together, got the box put back inside. Gonna have to figure out why the blower is not kicking on. Maybe it's fused, I don't know. I'm not there yet, but yeah. We're gonna go take this for a spin. There's our gauges. Temps rising. Of course, I don't have my fuel gauge hooked up yet underneath. No oil pressure because I got to put that line in yet. We got my digital tachometer and my speedometer. So speedometer's got the little GPS thing there. I think I gotta program it still, and I'm not gonna do that right now. We're gonna just take this thing for a spin. All right, this is the furthest I've ever driven this truck, so let's see how she does. A little squirrely. Not bad. Not bad at all. Oh, hey, speedometer's working. Cool. Seems to be doing alright. A little loud. Temps coming up. Probably have to do something about this exhaust, but it sounds like we got a miss, but guess I should have made sure I had brakes before we really start going. Oops. But yeah, we got brakes. Well, just as she has been. Oil leak going on. You can see it dripping underneath there. But, and that's because of that tubey thingy that I got to replace. Right back up in there. Well, new copper line is on. No leaks. Comes down, goes in there, goes inside. It's good. Threw the cover on for the electrical box and threw my Vortec cover on. Put the battery in. Got that all in how I like it. Did have a leak on that lower one. Seems to be fine now. Just changed out the clamp. So all in all, there it is. Overall, I'm pretty excited. Got both the vehiculars, pulled out. I'm gonna do some cleaning up in the garage here and pull them back in. But that's gonna do it for this one. Thanks everyone for watching. Part 2, interior, get the thing running. Actually drove Angus. Holy crap. Pretty awesome. So thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you next time.